Most people think risk. They think of skydiving, going on a blind date, or even trying a new food. None of these things are what I think of. When I hear the word risk, memories are instantly brought back to my brain of a time when I thought I was going insane. When I was bullied, ridiculed, harassed. It was like an overcast of a storm I thought would never pass. All the mean words, cruelty, hate, all for speaking up. You see, that is my risk. Speaking up for something that I didn't believe was right, but moments later I was being attacked. It forced me to raise up my fist, put up a fight that I wasn't ready for, nor did I understand why I was being prosecuted for trying to better this world. They shut me up, shut me down, and made sure I would never have the courage to speak another word in my life. It had all gotten to me. They had all gotten to me. My purpose for this life became unclear, and I began to think that no life at all was better than living in constant fear. I was ready for it to end, and I thought it was the end. Until what seemed as angels from the sky picked up my broken pieces and put me back together, and ultimately mended my voice back together. These three angels were no mystical creatures, no. They were real people who changed my life. They stood me back up on my 2 feet and made sure I was ready to go to war, a war in which my enemy needed to hear my inner roar. By taking the risk of speaking up, I now know that I am a powerful, persuasive, with no hesitation voice because I can make a change. I got my voice back, and it is louder than ever. But not everyone has the angels I did, and not everyone got their voice back. There are still people who refuse to speak up because they went through what I did, or even worse. That person may even be you. Growing up, we are pushed and encouraged to speak up. Stand up for what you believe in. Stick up for those being treated wrong. But, like many other things, this is much easier said than done. The number one fear across America is public speaking. I wonder why. It's because in that very moment, when you decide to risk it all, anyone and everyone is watching you. They are watching you, and they are judging you. Judging your every move, words, but mostly your mistakes. Now, we like to pretend that we don't care. I mean, wasn't that the motto? YOLO. Our whole generation is based off of not caring what people think. But no matter how hard we try, we do care. That's why when you go to speak up on something, your palms get sweaty, there's butterflies in your stomach, and a shaky voice comes from nowhere. We care not only of the mistakes we make, but the reaction we will receive from them. I hate saying it, but you're more likely to get negative feedback than applause when speaking up. So yes, speaking up is a risk, but is it worth it? The simple answer is yes. Just look at the most influential people in our history. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It takes a lot of courage as a black male to speak up, especially in that time era. Now, ultimately, Dr. Martin Luther King ended up losing his life, but look at the impact he had. He changed minds, he changed lives, he changed society, he changed the world. 53 years later, his I Have a Dream speech ultimately came into sight. The same goes with Gandhi. He was put into jail for his beliefs of peace, but he stuck with them because the people who make a change in this world take risks, and those risks lead them to their successful change. The list goes on and on. Muhammad Ali was thrown into jail because he refused to fight in a war that he did not believe in. Today, he is one of the most influential people in our history. Malala was shot in the head for trying to get an education and inspiring other girls that they have the right to an education. The Taliban had voted to kill her. But did that stop her? No. As a matter of fact, on Malala Day in 2015, the funds she raised opened Malala Yousafzai's all-girls school, which brought more than 200 girls the education they rightly deserved. These people sacrificed their lives in order for their voices to be heard, because speaking up won't only impact people, it will inspire people. You may think you stand alone in your ideas, but unless you're a serial killer, I guarantee you, you don't. Somebody agrees with you. Somebody thinks what you're saying is important, even if it is just one person. And that one person may not have the courage to speak up on their own, but you can help be their voice for them. By taking the risk of speaking up, you can mend somebody's voice back together. Build up their inner roar. You can be somebody's angel, and that is a beautiful thing. Thank you.